Benders postgame begins now, presented by the Inside the Rink Podcast Network and InsideTheRink.com. Go there for your Bruins content, Benders merch. Click the thumbs up, subscribe on YouTube. Post games are now available the day after on all podcast platforms. And tonight, the Boston Bruins with a disappointing loser point in New Jersey, losing it 4-3 in overtime with 6 seconds remaining. A game they led 2-0. Seemed that they were in command of. They have a horrific second period. Third period is really all over the place. Penalties galore. Couple of goals. We head to overtime. And it just didn't seem like the Bruins didn't have anything going overtime. They just out of sorts. Lohrei on the ice for about 2.5 minutes or so. Scrambling. Not a lot of possession. And then they finally get a chance. McAvoy off the post. And then everybody falls down. And the Devils come back 2-0 and score the goal. And that's, you know what? This is another one. This is one of those where you might look back and say, Jesus.
You will. You'll look back. Look, there's only so many of these you can have. Yes. And if they miss the playoffs, there's a handful of games now where you look back and say, well, there it was. That was the reason why they didn't fucking make it. The Stadium Series game, the 3-0 lead, and this one. You had a 2-0 lead on the road against the Devils team with 68 points. And not only do you lose this game to a horseshit Devils team that's been awful all year long, they passed Toronto in the standings now. So you push Toronto further down. Give them a better chance of getting that, of stealing the pick away from you that you should have, hopefully. Yeah. So you lose it on multiple levels tonight, and I mean you're gonna look back on this one and say that was one of the ones that cost us to miss the playoffs.
This is why they haven't been great on the road. They're just completely inconsistent within the game. They have good spots and then they just cough it up. They've coughed it up a million times over. They used to be that they could really clamp down on the road once they got the lead, really suffocate a team and get the win. Nowadays, because their defense just isn't good enough. Let's be honest.
It's not good enough at all.
Overall, it's not good enough.
No.
So they can't really lock it down, get into a zone where they're playing how they need to play defensively so that they can get that good road win and keep that lead. They can't do that anymore. So there's some fairly significant changes that have to be made defensively on the team because they aren't good enough defensively and they're scoring more goals than they probably should be scoring. So coming into next year, that offense might not be there as much anymore. You need to shore up the defense.
You do need to shore up the defense, and they need changes there, and we've talked about that a bunch. But I think part of it is it goes to hockey IQ. Like you have a 2-0 lead on the road. You should simplify your game and don't make dumb mistakes at the blue lines. And they have a terrible turnover at the offensive blue line. Somebody tries to, I don't remember who it was, if it was Middlestad or who it was, a little fucking 2 foot between the legs, fucking blind backhand pass to no one.
Yeah.
And then everybody's fucking flat footed and you have Jack Hughes out there passing to a guy who's fast and he blows by everybody and scores. Like that's not on the defense. As much as you would like to blame them for that, it's fucking awful puck management.
Yes.
And with a 2-0 lead on the road, that puck should be deep. Like it shouldn't even be a fucking thought. Like you're at the offensive blue line. There's fucking 6 guys in 6 feet. Get the puck down low. Like you shouldn't have to tell an NHL guy at that point in his career what to do with the puck there. Yeah. Like stop doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
Stop doing. You have a 2-0 lead. Get the puck deep and get them the next shift. Like it's fucking maddening watching these guys. Morgan Geekie on the power play between the legs pass to fucking no one and no fucking Fresh or whatever the fuck your name is. He's not a good passer. He's not one of the best passers on the team. He sucks at passing.
Yes, he does. He's one dimensional. He can shoot the puck. When it's on his stick, he can shoot it. He can't carry it much. He can't pass it. He can shoot it.
It's infuriating watching these guys dick around with the puck with a lead. Like, just get it deep. Like McAvoy in the neutral zone, like with one hand trying to flip it to somebody with Jack Hughes on the ice. Like, you should fucking know better than that. You just watched him in the fucking Olympics.
You did.
Dance through fucking people and score goals. The guy is absolutely dynamic. And when you give him fucking an inch, he'll beat you. Like, I just don't fucking get it. Why they can't simplify when they have a lead. Like, just settle down, get it deep, make the smart play. If you can't do anything right, ice the fucking puck. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be smarter with it. You have to manage it. You can't make dumb turnovers.
Right.
And that's why they can't win on the road. That's why they can't.
That's why they can't.
Too much dumb stuff with leads, and they piss them away. Why are you trying to score another goal? You don't need it. You can win 2-0. Like, just clamp down. And
it
here
seems
we
like
are.
they continue to play the same way. Like, let's go try to create offense. Let's just try to keep going, try to create offense. And really what they should be doing is just simplifying, clamping down. And they really don't have that like a shutdown line. Like, I think that's what they kind of miss with like a Bergeron line. Like, they don't have like a line that can just go out there defensively and kind of shut the thing down. So maybe you can roll them out there a little bit more. Because I think they have defensive deficiencies literally on every line. They might have a decent defensive player and then a guy that doesn't play much defense, like a Morgan Geekie. There's times where he just doesn't put a ton of effort in to back check, and the other team will get chances. And one thing I wanted to touch on was the Apricots McAvoy line pairing. They didn't have a great night tonight.
No, they were awful too.
And Apricots is kind of, and you've mentioned it a couple of games ago, where it looks like he's kind of, the shine's probably coming off it a bit. We're coming toward the end of the year. He's played a lot of hockey at the NHL level, which he really has never done. So this is probably part of it. So in Apricots' case, like, I like them signing him for a couple of years at $800,000 or whatever it is. Fine. I mean, but I'd like him to settle into like third pair or an extra defenseman that you rotate in or something like that. Again, I'm going to say it again. They need to figure out the McAvoy partner. They need to figure that thing out, which they haven't been able to do since Grzelcyk left.
Yeah.
They need to figure it out, because he can't play. I'm not going to go into next season with Apricots being my top pair guy.
No,
that's just asinine.
That's not what you want. And look, at this point in time, I think it's fair to say that it might not be the partner. It might be McAvoy.
It might be McAvoy.
If no one can play with you,
then that's what's.
And whose fault is that?
That's a valid point.
If every single guy they put next to you doesn't work out, then what? Then whose problem? And then whose problem is it?
You problem. Yeah, if you're married 5 times, it's a you problem.
It's a you problem.
Right.
So look, Apricot has been good, and that pair as a whole has been good.
Yes.
So,
yes,
maybe it's not entirely on McAvoy for those guys, but you still don't want Apricots as your top pair guy. You don't. No. But it looks to me like it's more of a McAvoy kind of. He still has some of those bad habits from the Montgomery era, where he's kind of freelancing and he's a little too, offensive minded at times. He's a little too quick to leave. Yeah, a little too quick to leave the zone for my liking. Yeah. Like a little too one hand on the stick. I don't know exactly.
Overthinks, over moves, over whatever.
Yeah. I don't like. I feel like he needs to play, but at the same time, he needs to rein it back in still. Like, that's what I was looking for at the start of this year. I was looking for him to kind of rein it back in a little bit. Yeah. And he's done that, and he's been better, especially after the Olympics.
Yes.
For the most part. But lately, it's starting to get away from him again. And I think it's because he's feeling the offense. Like he's feeling the offense. So he's like, okay, I can just go up and score goals now, and he's getting to the point where, you gotta kind of rein it back. You got to come back to earth here and focus a little bit more on your defensive responsibilities.
Well, you're also feeling the strain of, you're trying to get into the playoffs, and it ramps up a bit, and you're trying to do a little bit, maybe too much, to try to clinch a playoff spot and trying to win these games and do these things. And but I really think that they need to do that in the offseason. They need to figure out the defense, whether it's Hampus, Lindholm, goes. And here's the other thing about Lohrei. Like, Lohrei's been pretty good. Like, yes. It's hard to find any real issues with his game right now. And tonight, again, he had a stick block that was big time in front of the net late in the third. He played that 2.5 minutes of overtime and played it extremely well. I mean, the guy's gassed out there, played extremely well. Like, absolutely. So now you have to figure, as we talked about last time, the Hampus Lindholm thing. I mean, you're going to continue on with Hampus Lindholm and have Lindholm and Lohrei, or you're going to get someone on that left side that you can pair with McAvoy and have it be a more consistent group there. But Lohrei's been much better, and boy, I'm doing a 180. I feel like, look, we weren't wrong at the time.
No,
we weren't wrong at the time.
No,
but maybe we didn't give him enough credit that that Sturm would coach them up, him up, and so forth, and that he would actually still be young enough to try to make it better. And it seems as though he's making it better right now.
Yeah, I would agree with all that. I think we were probably quick to kill the guy.
Yeah,
but what I saw was him making the same mistakes over and over again.
Over and over. And
when that happens, you wonder, is this guy going to be able to change it all? Yes. But it seems like, since that scrum and since they moved him to his offside with Lindholm, he's kind of simplified it, and he's been a little bit better with stick positions and on the wall defensively.
Yes.
And then he still has the offensive talent. But he's making better puck decisions, which is, the hockey IQ thing I was talking about earlier. Like, they need that from everyone, not just him. They need everybody to raise their hockey IQ. I've seen, like, online, they have this, like, hockey IQ trainer thing. And if the Bruins don't have it, they should invest in one, because the entire team needs to fucking do that thing. Yeah. It's like it gives you situations, and they're like, "Oh, what should you do with the puck?" and these type of things. It's almost like a test.
Yes,
they need that.
Yeah,
like, we should start up a fucking GoFundMe to.
We should.
The Hockey 101 fucking IQ test, and so we can get these guys playing the right way when it matters.
We should. Jerry Jingle brings up the speed and the defense having a hard time keeping up with the speed. And I tend to agree. Like, there's a lot of times where a quick team like the Devils, they'll be quick into the zone, and the Bruins back up too fucking much on defense a lot of the time. But Apricots and McAvoy, Lindholm as well, Zadorov at times as well, they get split because it's just too quick coming at them. And a lot of times they're vulnerable against really good speed.
Absolutely.
At full force coming into the zone. And that's a major issue. You got to start standing guys up there so that they aren't so happy to be skating in at 100 miles an hour. Maybe there's a little something to think about where you just put your gloves up in his chin. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's maddening, the back up thing. Sometimes it creates some real problems for them.
Yeah, they don't have enough speed to handle fast teams. I will say that if the back check's not there, you can't stand up at the line.
There's no gap. Yeah, there's no gap.
So, if the back check's not there, and look, the Bruins don't have the best back checking team. Morgan Geekie will take his time. Pastrnak, here and there. But the other problem with that is they don't have the foot speed in the forward group to get back.
No,
and back
they don't.
So foot speed in general is a problem with this team, whether it's the defense or the offense, either in transition offensively or back checking defensively, not enough there. And then the defense as a whole is slow. So quick teams are absolutely going to give them a problem. What do you got, Connor?
I got a few things here, 3 to be precise. I'll go from earliest on. Your point about Charlie McAvoy and not being able to, have different marriages and continue to play well. I love you. Thanks for coming back to me from earlier.
You're welcome.
2, Mason Lohrei. I don't think that you guys disliked the player. I just don't think that you guys believed necessarily in the development process of the team. And that's why you guys were doubters on Lohrei.
It's not true.
And then as far as the team speed goes, that was one of the things that Don Sweeney mentioned when they added Lucas Reichel at the deadline. So you can laugh at that, whatever you will. But in the last few games, San Jose, Washington, and now New Jersey have all had notable goals against the Boston Bruins where they exposed the lack of speed and blew right through the middle of your defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Apricots on the second goal got beat wide. And then McAvoy left his man because he thought Apricots' man was going to get to the front of the net, left his guy wide open for a tap-in. That's just horrible defense. Terrible. Just haul the fucking guy down. Grab him by the collar and throw him to the ice. Like if he has a step on you and he's going to get to the net and it's going to be one of those things, like you take fucking penalties left, right, and center.
Yeah.
Like that's the time to take a fucking penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Push his legs out, trip the guy. Like that's the time to do it. Not when you're in center ice or in the offensive zone. Like if you're going to take a penalty, make it worth your fucking while. Try to prevent a goal. You know what I mean? Like that's the time to take a penalty. It's not high sticking someone in the fucking offensive zone or, crushing someone in the back and center ice. Like that's the time to do it. When a guy's driving the net, knock him down, trip him.
Yeah.
Check him in the back, whatever it takes. Like that's the time to take a penalty.
Yeah.
So look, it's bad defense and the speed is an issue. Speed is an issue.
Yeah.
And they're not going to solve it with one guy that's not even on the team.
That's the other thing.
He's not even on the team.
Yeah.
And if you're going piss and vinegar, like if that's your thing, if that's your identity and your style, you're not going to find many super fast, big physical guys
who are piss and vinegar.
Yeah, they don't really exist.
That doesn't usually happen.
Because
they've spent their whole life skating by guys. They don't have to fucking play top.
Yeah, if they do, you're not going to. Those guys aren't switching teams. You're not going to find a guy that's 6'5" that can skate like the wind and is a big physical guy. Like that's. So you got to decide. Like, do you want a fast, skilled team, or do you want a big physical team?
Here's the thing. If you want to be piss and vinegar and physical and heavier and everything and sacrifice the speed, then you better be fucking good defensively. Like you better have a good defensive core in goaltending that fucking lock that thing down. Because if you're going to plod up and down the ice, you cannot have a defense that has leaky holes in it all over the place. It just doesn't work that way. So if you're going to be piss and vinegar, you have to own it and be piss and vinegar. And I'll tell you, they're going to get more piss and vinegar. I mean, Neely tried to do it at the deadline.
Yeah.
He's all in on the piss and vinegar. So you're not going to see many fast guys in this team anymore. You're just not going to see the team speed that you think you need because he's going more fucking piss and vinegar.
Yeah. And the other part of that is if you're going to play piss and vinegar and you want to get in and you want to forecheck and you want to bang bodies and stuff, that goes back to the hockey IQ part.
It does.
Can you do a little bullshit tricky between the legs pass at the offensive blue line, or should you get the puck deep and fucking hit someone?
Right.
Like, so if you're gonna have an identity that's supposed to be a big physical team, get the puck into areas where you can be big and fucking physical.
Yes.
So let's not try to fucking toe drag people at the fucking blue line. Instead, let's get the puck where we can fucking hit people. Like if that's what you want to do, then put the puck where you can do that.
Yeah, I'm still uneasy about the whole thing because Higgins is coming up and he's not piss and vinegar. And what if like a Zealous comes up? He's not piss and vinegar. Like I don't know. Again, piss and vinegar, like you just said, is not a couple of guys. No. It's not. It's not going out and getting Nick Ritchie. It's not going out and getting Brett Ritchie. It's not going out and getting fucking any Ritchie. It's not one guy. It's not Garnet Hathaway playing 10 minutes. That's not it. It's the culture. It's how you play. It's what you do. And they still have a mismatch of guys that some of them don't really fit. Like what? It's piss and vinegar. What, on the fourth line that plays 10 minutes a game and really doesn't play piss and vinegar?
Yeah.
What? Tell me what is piss and vinegar about this team right now?
I don't think there's anything piss and vinegar. I mean, Mark Kastelic, he had 2 fights tonight. He is.
Yeah, he on a fourth fucking line.
Right. I don't know if other people particularly are. What I would want as far as piss and vinegar, and I wouldn't call it that because I hate that name. I would call it competitiveness. I want guys who are going to compete their asses off, second and third efforts.
Yeah.
Like as much as, he shouldn't be on the team after this year, a guy like Viktor Arvidsson. Like he might flop around, but he competes his ass off.
He does compete his ass off.
So give me a bunch of guys that play that way, whether they're big or whether they're small. Yes. I don't care. Give me a bunch of small, quick guys like Arvidsson that are going to compete their asses off against big guys. I'll take my chances.
Right.
Give me a bunch of guys that will fucking compete, and I'll take my chances.
Yeah, like Marchand or
sure.
The way Gallagher used to be for Montreal.
Absolutely.
Guys, smaller guys, but they play their ass off all the time.
Yes.
And I just don't see piss and vinegar on this team. I just don't. I mean, look at the lines. Look at the people on the lines. It's just not a lot there. So I think Neely's going to get his way again, and you're going to see a couple more fucking pluggers and grinders, and I just don't know how it all fits together. I don't, because Pastrnak, for what people will say what they say about him, but Pastrnak plays more physically than people think. Now, is he piss and vinegar? No, but he plays a little more physically than people want to give him credit for. Geekie doesn't play real physically.
No.
He stands ready to shoot. All he wants to do is shoot. Who's the Zadorov is that he hunts pucks, but he's not, piss and vinegar. I mean, Middlestat. I mean, Elias Lindholm, Pavel, Zacha, even. He's not piss and vinegar.
No.
So what? I mean, who is? Other than the fourth line, which everybody has a fucking piss and vinegar fourth line. That's the whole nature of it.
Yes.
So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think it should be a combination of everything. So I think you should have a piss and vinegar fourth line. I think you should have a line that you can match up with other teams' top lines defensively. And I think you should have a couple of scoring lines, and it should be a blend. You should have a playmaker. You should have a guy who's a shot guy.
Yes.
You should have maybe a bigger guy or a guy that's going to dig the puck out of the corners or go into the fucking front of the net. Like, you need a blend. You need guys that complement each other on lines.
Yes.
Unless you're just going to run around and hit on the fourth line, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
You need a puck mover and a big defenseman. You need, a two-way defense. You need a fucking blend. And I don't think they have that. They have a bunch of, fifth line guys, as I don't know, it was Pajman or Odyssey said, a couple of lives ago. But they have a couple of fifth lines, a fourth line, and a first line-ish, I guess.
Yeah.
Pastrnak and, insert other player here. But they need an overhaul of the roster, defensively and offensively.
Yeah, what Alex Steves plays again today. Okay.
Nothing. Didn't offer a single damn thing tonight.
Not really. I mean, they say he had 6 assists. We had 2 giveaways. He only played 11 minutes.
Here it comes.
You invested fucking 2 years at like 1.7 million. I still don't get it. I'm never gonna get it.
No.
So I should probably just
take a shot.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's not gonna. I'm not gonna get it.
Who was that in Vogue? Who sang that?
You're never gonna get it.
Yeah.
Never gonna get it.
Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it.
All right, so I want to talk about Geeks. Geekie is a streaky goal scorer.
Yeah.
He shoots the puck well at a higher level than most. Okay. There was also a thing today, I think it was it Butchie who said something about, no, it was Kevin Paul DuPont. It was someone said something about their shooting percentage and how some of the guys had a higher shooting percentage than normal, Geekie being one of them. Earlier on in the year, and now the law of averages are coming up. So now that the shooting percentages are getting back to kind of normal, and this is why they're having, just not scoring as much as they were. And scoring is definitely a concern. But when it comes to Geekie, I am almost thinking that Morgan Geekie is like third line right wing. He's like Michael Ryder. Like he's just third line right wing, shoot the puck to score, give us some third line scoring. Because I don't even know if I want him on my top 6 for what he brings to the table. He's not very good defensively at all. He can't carry the puck and drive a line. All he does is when he catches it, he shoots it. And that's essentially what Michael Ryder did. Well, but that's essentially what he did. So be that guy. Play on the third line with, I don't even want Minton on the third line anymore. Play on the third line with Elias Lindholm and some other schmuck. And just, Elias Lindholm will play defense and you shoot the puck.
They need somebody to get him the puck for him to shoot it, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody.
That's part of the problem. Like he's on the third line and he gets, I think 5-on-5 tonight. He maybe had one shot opportunity where he had like a slap shot one timer from out high.
Yeah, he had 2 shots and 1 shot missed. 2
and then he had a couple of chances on the power play. But other than that, like he's ineffective if he can't get a guy to get him the puck. He needs Pastrnak to get him the puck. Like he needs to play with Pastrnak. Pasternak's the only guy who can get him the puck. No one else. There isn't anyone else that can get him the puck.
Then that's sad that your goal scoring right wing, your elite goal scoring right wing, is the only guy who can get your fucking one-dimensional fucking winger the puck.
It's true.
That's an issue.
I mean, do you think it's not true? Am I talking out of school?
No, it's true. I'm just saying how bullshit it is.
Yeah, I mean, it is bullshit.
Yes, it's 100% true.
I mean, and it's not necessarily a Pastrnak issue, and I don't think it's a Sturm issue either. Like,
no,
I get you don't want to play those guys together, and I get that who's Nadinov,
spread it out,
Minton, Pastrnak line. That line together has been good. They were good tonight. So I get that you don't want to mess that thing up, but you got to find another guy to play with fucking Morgan Geekie that can get him the puck, whether that's James Higgins or I don't know who. But you need more talent in the top 9. That's what the issue is. And it's not Marco Sturm's fault and it's not the player's fault. It's the general manager's fault that the team doesn't have the talent that it should.
Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Having Zacha, Lindholm, and Minton on your up the middle is not good enough.
It is not good
enough. I like Minton. I like Zacha. It's not good enough. So Elias Lindholm is killing you right now. He's killing you. He's making way too much money. He's playing a top line. He can't drive anything. He can't play make, can't do anything. So that is fucking killing you. Until you fix that thing, you're in trouble because you probably want to re-sign Zacha now. He has 20 goals. He might score 25 goals this year.
Yeah.
He's 28 years old. You probably want to sign him because he is a good hockey player. So you probably want to re-sign him. Yeah. But it makes less sense to sign him because you have this albatross in the middle of your lineup. Like it's making that signing look potentially worse or something you can't do because Lindholm is not good enough.
Yes, well, 100% true. I've been saying it forever. He's not good enough. And look, tonight I thought he played as well as he's played since the Olympics.
Yes,
and he wasn't particularly noticeable, but he was there at times, whether it was defensively or like Lona's D zone to have support on the puck or, a couple of little small plays. I noticed him tonight more than I have in any game since the Olympics. So a step in the right direction, but still, I mean, I'm not asking for a lot here. I'm asking for him to be competent. And I feel like I saw that tonight, which, I mean, you need much, much more from your potential or whatever you're calling your 1C than what you're getting even tonight when I thought he was decent. Like you still need more from him than that. Like you're paying him $8 million a year not to be decent. You're paying him $8 million a year to be a number 1 center. And he's far from that still.
To me, that's even worse of a sign because he was called out by his coach.
Sure.
And now he's giving you effort. And this is the best effort he can give you. That's almost worse.
I think it is.
This is what he has when he has to go absolutely full bore. The coach called him out. He has to respond. This is how he responds. A little bit better.
Yeah, I thought he was a little bit better.
That's not a great sign.
No. And he's probably hurt too. Look, they're all fucking hurt, I'm sure. But that doesn't bode well for the rest of the remainder of the contract, though. If he had a back thing when he was coming into the year here, and then he gets banged up a little bit here and there, that's not a good sign for down the road for this contract.
No, it's not. And go ahead, Connor.
As far as the Morgan Geekie thing, when we were texting earlier today, I said that my theory on the line changes is they're kind of sick and tired of David Pastrnak becoming the playmaking winger and piling up assists, even though he's probably one of the best goal scorers in the league right now. Don Sweeney kind of made a joke at the trade deadline time frame about getting calls about Morgan Geekie, and then he laughed it off and saying, but we won't talk about that. In my personal opinion, if Morgan Geekie's success on this team is dedicated on playing with a David Pastrnak, I would start entertaining those phone calls this offseason to see what you can get to get him off this hockey team if he can't do anything else, because it's not worth burying your best goal scorer for the sake of a $5.5 million Morgan Geekie, who definitely holds more value to a different team.
I would listen to calls on Geekie 100%. He has a really good contract. He's a 30 goal scorer now.
Back to back.
I would absolutely want him on the team, but I don't think I still think he's expendable. Like, I still think if you can get something in return for Geekie, I would absolutely entertain it. Why not? I mean, entertain whatever. Like, if you can get a really good package for Morgan Geekie, I absolutely would. He's not a fucking untouchable.
No, I honestly, there shouldn't be any untouchables on the team.
No, not really.
In the right deal, you should be willing to move anybody. Yeah. Like, if somebody came to you and said, we'll give you Nathan McKinnon and Cale Makar for David Pastrnak, you would say yes. And you should. So, you should entertain deals for Morgan Geekie. If you can get a really good package, absolutely. You should be willing to move them. This particular team?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. You got a David Pastrnak, you got Morgan Geekie back-to-back 30-goal seasons, and Pavel Zacha with 20 goals and Arvidsson with 20. After that, yikes. So you get rid of Geekie's goals, and I mean, you already struggled to score, and you're taking another 35 goals out of the lineup.
Yeah, it sounds weird in that way, but I also think if you're changing the makeup of your team,
sure,
I think that's. But you have to be willing to change the makeup, like make.
You have to be willing to make a legitimate hockey trade.
Yes.
But the other part is, do they give it another year and say, if we put you with a center that can actually play and distribute the puck, can you have some chemistry with a guy like that? That doesn't have to be David Pastrnak.
Right.
Then maybe you have a couple of lines now that can score goals.
Yeah, I mean, is Hagen's playing with Zacha and Geekie next year? Well,
maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
But you have to make a decision on that thing, because David Pastrnak, the more he passes, the more he's not shooting the fucking puck.
Certainly.
And that's right now he's got 26 goals on the season. He's still only 8 away from Geekie. He could still catch Geekie if he goes on one of those burners right now and Geekie hits a fucking wall. He absolutely can. But Pastrnak needs to be shooting the puck more. Because not only is he passing it when Geekie scores, think of all the times he passes it off when Geekie doesn't score and it doesn't connect.
Yeah.
Those are times that he should be looking for his own shot. And that's just not in the best interest of the team. I'm sorry. It's not about getting Morgan Geekie as many goals as you can, because that makes you a bad hockey team.
Yeah.
Benders Banter, presented by Evolve ABA, which offers consulting services from a board-certified behavior analyst to adult day programs in residences, schools, and even businesses using the principles of applied behavior analysis. Evolve ABA is also pleased to offer staff training and collaboration with parents of children with autism and other special needs wishing to learn more about the science of applied behavior analysis. To learn more about Evolve ABA, call Sean Daly at 774-823-5016 or visit evolveaba.net. Cinderbla, Joker with the assist on that pasta filth. Harry was fine tonight. But again, do you have too many guys who are like 6, 7, 8 defensemen?
Yes.
Like you do.
I mean, it's the same problem with their fourth line. He builds the roster the wrong way. Why? I'm just watching you drink out of your fucking hydro flask there.
Go ahead.
There's too many. Look, there's too many third pair defensemen. There's too many fourth line forwards. Like there's too many of those type of players.
Yeah, there are.
You need more. You need more talented players and less guys that you could fill in at the bottom of any roster in the entire goddamn league.
Do you think Don Sweeney or Cam Neely or somebody is second guessing that Steve's signing?
God, I hope so.
I mean, you'd have to be a complete moron not to be.
I hope so. I really do. I hope they
barely plays.
I hope they are.
He barely plays.
Is that a guy? Is that a guy that you would consider waiving and hoping somebody just picks him up?
Yes.
I think so. I think so too.
And here's the answer. Nobody would. That's the answer.
Yeah.
No one's paying that guy that.
Yeah. Where's he from originally?
When they make that signing, I picture Sean McVay at the draft laughing at Cole Strange picking in the first. I picture that thing. I picture other GMs in the league looking at that on the press release thing and being like, wait a minute, Steve's got what?
Right.
That's what I'd say.
Steve's is from Minnesota. So maybe you waive that guy and see if the Wild don't pick him up.
I'll tell you what, you bury that contract. You bury that fucking thing.
Yeah.
You do. You Chris Wagner that thing in a heartbeat.
Chris Wagner is like
he had a hat trick the other night.
Yeah. Isn't he like he's the captain of
Springfield?
Of like there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a captain, yeah.
Wags.
Right? Doing okay. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Victoria. That fight, I don't know why people even attempt to fight Kastelic. Yeah. I mean, that hit by Kastelic, I mean, it's just the guy's head's down. And he just comes in and makes a clean hockey hit. He hits him with his chest, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Like Dave Jackson said he didn't have a problem with the hit at all.
No.
He said he thought maybe the puck was gone, but I don't think it was really.
I don't think, you know what, honestly, you have to call the minor right after you call the major. Don't you have to call the minor?
I don't think you do.
You don't? You can wipe the whole thing out?
I think you can.
Because I don't think that's interference either.
I didn't
just check.
Honestly, I didn't think it was a penalty, but because they called the 2-minute unsportsmanlike on the other guy,
they're
going to fucking match it.
Match it. And the McAvoy interference was a fucking... the guy initiated the fucking contact.
Yeah.
And then fucking embellished his way down to the ice. So they call the embellishment, but they call interference with McAvoy. How? He didn't initiate the contact.
No. That's what I mean with the embellishment thing. Like, to me, that's either a no call and you say, get up, you fucking idiots.
It's a total no, especially at that point in the game.
Yeah. It's a no call and say, get up, you fucking morons. Yes. Or you just call the guy for the embellishment. That's what will actually stop the embellishment from happening. And the guy snapping their head backs, doing all this shit. Call that alone. And it costs the team a game because some asshole fucking flies down to the ice, and that'll be what stops it from happening.
Call it. That was unreal by Pasta, and this Pasta with the kids line has looked really good in the first 10 minutes. Says Matt Curtis. They did, and I look at I'll say it again. You're just gonna play Minton with him the rest of the year.
Yeah,
just gonna play Minton right up there the rest of the year. And look, you may not make the playoffs anyway. Like it's not going to make or break your playoff fucking chances. Who play? I mean, if Minton plays there, I mean, he's better than the fucking alternative. So just play him there and just give it at least. Maybe you can have something that you can go into next season thinking, okay, maybe we got something there with those two.
Yeah, I didn't like the second line tonight.
No, that was the first time in a while that they just.
Arvidsson and Zacha. I didn't like it tonight. I wouldn't mind maybe seeing at some point in time putting Geekie there just to mix that thing up and throwing Arvidsson or one of those guys down to the third line. You know, Arvidsson with Lindholm and somebody, whatever. Yeah. Who was that? Who play. Oh, Steve's, I guess.
No, I don't know.
Steve's, Eyssimont.
Whatever.
Wheel of Fortune, that thing. Take a spin.
Steve's.
Plug in whoever you want.
Dude.
Steve. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Geekie get onto that second line and play with some of those guys and see if they, maybe he can find a spark there.
Maybe.
They need more from him right now.
Yeah, maybe you could play with Zacha and Middlestad or something. Yeah. Odysseys, if you could keep Arvi and Zacha for a cap hit under $10 million, that seals the deal for me. If Middlestad has another solid year, his value would be good to deal away next trade deadline. Insert Higgins. I'll tell you what, Odysseys, that's going to be 12 to 13 combined.
Yeah, it's probably going to be more than that.
Yeah,
it's going to be more than that. It's going to be
Arvi getting a 3 times 5.
Yeah, I was going to say it's going to be 13, 14 in that range. Like he's going to get 3, 5.5, 3, 5, 3, 6 somewhere in there, and Zacha's going to get 8.
8
because he should, because he's better than Elias Lindholm right now.
He 100% should. Andrew Paterkin. Can't believe I'm saying this. I'll take Judge Surratt over this fucking clown car of a broadcast crew ESPN is force feeding me. Typically, I like Mike Monaco, but whoever the fucking guys he has with him.
It was Weeks.
Oh, was it Weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the problem with National. They don't watch the team all the time.
No.
They're taking some game notes. They barely watch them. They don't know. They think about narratives they've heard. They must have talked about the fucking dentist with McAvoy a million times. We get it. He has no teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Can we stop? Give me something else of substance. And I just don't think they do the legwork anymore to talk to guys and do all that. I don't think they do all the legwork anymore. They take that media notes sheet that I get, the fucking email, and they just go through that thing and pull out some things and throw them out during the game. They don't have the hand on the pulse of the thing, and that's what you get in National. You just get kind of bare minimum vanilla generic stuff.
You get Emily Kaplan calling Morgan Geekie Connor Geekie during
Connor,
the broadcast.
Whatever.
Yeah. What do you got, Connor?
Just to touch back on some Morgan Geekie talk here, I pulled up some of his stats based on his line mates.
Yeah.
And this year, when he has Pastrnak paired with him in any fashion with any other center, the Boston Bruins have 26 goals for. And when he has no Pastrnak with him, they have 7 goals for. And I tried to pull it a little farther and see how many of his goals were factored in by David Pastrnak. I'm not 100% on this. I would have to double check some things. But out of the 34 goals, it is 27 that David Pastrnak has factored in.
Yeah. So, yeah. Like I said, he needs Pastrnak to be successful. He needed him last year. He needs him this year. Christ. Yeah. Pasternak's the only one. I said it. Pasternak's the only one who can get him the puck. So they got to find, like I said, someone else that can get that guy the puck.
To go a little further, Morgan Geekie has 216 total points in his NHL career. 74 of them were without David Pastrnak.
So, look, you guys might be right. You might be right, the two of you. Like, pump Morgan Geekie's value here. If he hits 40 goals, trade him.
Send him. Yeah.
Because he's going to go somewhere else. He's not going to have David Pastrnak to pass him the puck, and you're going to get a pretty good return on that thing.
He's going to flop over there.
Yeah, and he's not going to be as successful.
Unless he's playing with Macklin Celebrini or somebody.
Right. You know? Yeah, I mean, sure. But
if he's not,
that might be what you do. Yeah. And that might get you, an NHL player, a pretty good prospect, and a pick. You probably can get that. The guy's scored back-to-back 30-goal seasons. I mean, you should get probably a pretty good young player, a prospect, and a pick for that.
It might. I would consider it. I consider anybody. I mean, everything. Sure. I mean, the phone would be ringing off the fucking hook if it was me this offseason. Yeah. It's painful watching broadcasts other than Nesson, although Weeks did just say the floor for Minton is 30, 30, 60 going forward. So I wanted to talk about this. So Weeks says that his floor, not the ceiling,
Yeah.
His floor is 30, 30, 60. He's going to eat that. He's potentially just going to be a star. And that smells like kind of Bergeron-esque right there.
Yeah, he said that's the potential. I think he said that's potential. I don't think,
for the floor.
Yeah.
To be that. So.
And you can play him in any situation.
The play him in any situation it can be true. And you know what? That's, that can be Zacha, though. You know what I mean? That can be Zacha.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean,
I think Minton plays in every.
I think he does
now. He does it now.
I think he's one of the most trusted players at 21 years old that they have.
He plays penalty kill. He plays second power play unit. He is out there in 3-on-3 overtime. He takes shootout, and he's also there in the waning minutes of a game while they're trying to win a game or protect the lead.
Yeah. I mean, today he played 18-13, played a minute 8 of power play. He played some shorthanded. He only played 24 seconds of shorthanded.
The only thing he needs to work on is his faceoffs.
Yeah, his faceoffs, 8 wins, 10 losses tonight. Yeah. Elias Lindholm, 10 wins, 4 losses.
There you go. It's worth 7.75. You know that?
But look. Okay, that's great.
7.75 for fucking face off.
That's great.
My fucking God.
But you know what? Get some hammerhead making $2 million a year who can do that. Like, that's how much you have. How much should you value that? That's really all he's bringing to the table.
I wanted them to trade for fucking. You remember JG Pajot?
Yes,
I wanted to trade for him like 4 or 5 years ago because I thought he would be a good third line center. Yes. That's a face-off guy. He's a penalty killer. He's kind of a pain in the ass. Like that's the guy, not Elias Lindholm. Like Pajot can win face-offs and he's kind of a pest and he chips in offensively, and you don't have to pay him 7.75.
No.
So that's the guy. Like that's the guy you should have went out and got. Because he was younger, and he could still do all the things, and you don't have to pay him like that.
Nope.
So, I mean, it's 7.75 for face-off wins is criminal.
To me, that's if that's the first thing you bring to the table, it's I almost laugh at you. Like that's not that. This is what we're trying to talk ourselves into. Macaulay says, "Holy flip! Why don't we ice the puck more often?" Yeah.
There was a stretch in the second period where it was,
Jack would have been counting them on.
He would have been having a fucking field day.
Oh my God. Painkillers needed to watch this team, says Rogazi. Wait, did McAvoy get dental work? Drink every time you hear dentist, says DKJ Barry.
It'd be blackout, DKJ.
Oh God, blackout trunk. Odyssey's 2-5 holes. Markstrom is having nightmares. The Pastrnak toe drag to the 5-hole finish was chef's kiss.
Oh, thing of beauty. Thing of beauty. And the patience on the first goal where he goes like forehand, backhand, forehand, 5-hole. Just like
what? You know who can't do that?
Work.
You know who can't do that? Alex Steves.
You know who else can't do that? Elias Lindholm.
Nope.
Do you know who can do that? Fraser Minton.
Clean. So fresh and so clean.
You can't wait. Yeah, so fresh and so clean. You can't wait until he gets 30-30, Connor. You got.
Oh my God. What does he have now?
Mind.
What does he have now? 13, 15? What does he have now?
No, he's 15 or 15 now, I think.
He's 15, 15. Okay. 15, 15.
Yeah, 15, 15. Plus 18.
I know. Yeah, after he's the highest plus minus as a forward on the team.
Odyssey. Say it again.
Odyssey's Husnudinov, Minton, Pasta. Then Geekie, Zacha, Arvidsson. Then Middlestat, Elias, Steves. Oh my fuck. Yeah, I mean,
I would probably do that.
I'd probably do that. Even with my disdain for Steves, I would probably do that.
This current team, although what do you do? If you minus out Steves and you put in James Higgins, what does the top 9 look like if you do that?
Yeah.
Higgins goes in for Husnudinov drops down to the Steve slot.
That's down to Middlestat, Elias.
That's what I would do too.
That's what I would do.
Because I think James Higgins has elite vision. Like, I think he's a very good passer.
Yeah.
And I think some of his passes at BC this year have been wasted on guys who just don't think the game as well as he does. And I think Pastrnak is a guy who thinks the game at an elite level. So I think putting those two guys together, you might be able to find something there. And then Minton can do all the dirty work and be there for the, support. And, obviously he'll bang some in here and there. But I'd like to see Hagens with Pastrnak. I don't think it'll happen, though. I think it'll be Middlestat, Lindholm.
Another reason why Poitras can't be here, because you can't have Husnudinov, Hagens, Poitras. You can't have that kind of size.
You should, though. You should.
You should, but that they're not going to play that small.
No, it's not even the small. I think it's just they don't like rookies, with the exception of Minton. They don't like their games. They don't think they're responsible enough. They don't. Yeah. So that's too many young guys to make mistakes, I think, in their eyes. Whereas in my eyes, the team's not very good. Let those guys learn on the fly. Yeah. Let them. I mean, you let Mason Lohrei learn on the fly. I mean, it costs you games, but you let them learn on the fly.
Yeah.
Why would you do it on defense where that's the last line of defense, but you won't let a forward do it? Like, if a forward makes a mistake, he should have a defenseman there to back him up. Like, there should be another layer there.
Yeah.
So.
But you can bury him on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they should be allowing some of those young guys to, see what you have, and
they only do it when they're forced, and that's the terrible part.
Yeah, that's part of why the development there sucks.
Yeah, it does.
People have told them so.
It does,
because they don't allow their young guys to kind of play through some things, and it's as soon as somebody makes a mistake, they're yanked and they end up playing, 7 shifts in 5 minutes. Ask Georgii Merkulov how it goes at the NHL level when you make a mistake in the first period. You don't see the ice after that.
No, you don't. And look, I'm just fascinated at this offseason.
Yeah,
what they're gonna do, because especially if they miss the playoffs. Like, if they miss the playoffs, I can't wait to see what happens, because I just think that they're going to be up against it, and you can't have 3. When's the last time they missed the playoff 3 years in a row? I don't know if I can remember. Must have been the 60s.
I don't know if it's happened in our lifetime.
It may not have happened in our lifetime. I mean, they went on a run of 30, 35 years in a row.
Yeah.
And they had a couple stinkers, but 3 in a row?
I don't know about 3 in a row. Those early to mid 90s team, like early 90s teams weren't, like, after 92,
after they lost the Sabres.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mid. And then even Allison and Carter year, they went.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of a blip there right before Chara.
Yeah.
When Bergeron was young, but it might have been 2 years in a row. I don't know if it was 3.
I don't remember them missing 3 years in a row.
I'm just fascinated. I just can't wait to see what they're going to do.
Yeah.
This power play is horrid, says Matt Curtis.
Yeah.
It's really fallen off the map. And now it's to the point probably where it's a little bit psychological.
Oh, it definitely is.
In people's heads. Sometimes they just move the puck like it's on fire. And at other times they hold it too long, or there's a lot of indecision, there's a lot of in between. There's a lot of block shots from the other team, not getting pucks through. A lot of bad entries. I mean, it's just the whole gamut. It's all of it. Yeah. Victoria, how many players are going to be in the box in about 3 minutes? Yeah, they got a little penalty happy there in the third period. The officials. Matt Curtis, I'm liking Joker a lot more than Peeke tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, again, like Smitty said the last game, if Joker just is steady and does his thing, it's better than Peeke making tons of mistakes. So if you're just going to be out there and just don't fuck it up, then be out there and don't fuck it up for 15 minutes.
If he's playing 15 minutes and you don't notice him,
then that's perfect.
That's perfectly fine.
That's good.
I'll take that all night long.
Yeah. Jacob Jones, Lohrei looked elite tonight. Holy fuck, I'm glad we didn't trade him. Yeah, I mean, revisionist history says that, I mean, now he's got to be in the mix if he continues to play like this. I still want him to be like a third pair guy until he can really show consistently they can do this for a whole season. But yeah, I mean, and he's not making tons of money yet. So, yeah, I mean, right now I kind of like him. Connor, go ahead.
Without cheating, without looking, if you know off the top of your head, great. What is the age difference between Jokiharju and Mason Lohrei?
It is, I'm going to say 4 years.
I was going to say 5.
It is 2. Jokiharju is 26.
Holy
shit. It's only 1 now because we missed his birthday. I forgot. Forrest corrected us on the last stream. Lohrei is now 25 since his birthday last month.
Lohrei's 25. Oh, I don't send the cakes out like some other people do on the X. I don't send those out. So damn it. I missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peeke, I think somebody said on X, and I haven't looked it up, so I don't know if it's true or not, but somebody said it was Peeke's birthday today and they fucking scratched him.
Nice. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's when I know.
Birthday tomorrow. It's March 17th.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. It's St. Patty's Day. Elias Lindholm turned over the puck twice in overtime, says Hugh Frazier. Yeah. I mean, he sucks. Zach Case, too many blown leads. Our power play sucks. It's giving more chances to the opposition than our own team. True. Young P, McAvoy turnover machine. There are times when he just fumbles it. So, I've never seen a guy as good as he is lose the puck off a stick. You notice that? Like, he'll be just skating and kind of dusting it off and just lose it off his stick. I don't know. Sometimes I think his stick is too long, or I don't know.
He really tries to play with his head up the whole time.
He does.
I think that's part of the problem because I'm pretty sure he wears like glasses or contacts. Okay. So maybe he can't fucking see in his peripheral vision. Maybe he can't see it. Yeah. And he's fucking around with it and fumbling it around. Like, I don't know, but he does. I mean, even on the great play he made to set up, what was the first goal or the second goal in transition?
Yeah.
Where he gets the puck in the neutral zone and fumbles it first, but then zips a great tape-to-tape pass for, they go in and score.
Yeah.
But he fumbled it before he did anything else.
Yeah.
So, like, even when he made a great play, he fumbled it first. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. It obviously, look, that pair wasn't good tonight. He wasn't especially good tonight either.
No, he wasn't.
Turnovers all over the place.
Yeah, those two weren't good tonight.
So, he had bad luck too because he could have been the hero at the end after all that.
Could have, and he banged the post,
hits the pipe, and then falls down, can't grab the puck, and they go the other way and score.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't his night clearly, and he needs to be good. He needs to be one of their better players if they're gonna win road games and make the playoffs. They can't afford him to be having nights like this.
No. We've had a dozen of these games this year. In November, we had like 3 to 4 games where we tied it in the third and then still lost in regulation. Yes. Remember the Ducks 7-5 game, brutal. Yeah. Losing a lot of they went for the longest time without a loser point. Like the game was decided in regulation or overtime. Like that's it. And now they're getting some more loser points. But yeah, there's been times where they've left points. Tampa Bay Stadium Series, like the Ducks game. There's just been games where they could easily have 90 points right now in the season and be right there. Like right there. You could probably be battling Buffalo for first overall right now, easily, if you just manage things better.
That's why they're good, but they're not great.
Yeah, I mean,
that's also why they're bad. They can't close games out.
I mean, that's the difference in professional sports.
Yeah,
that's the difference between winning and losing. Like the good teams close the thing out, the bad teams don't, and work their ass off and losing in the end. I mean, that's just the difference. Sometimes it's minuscule, but that's the difference. Sturm can't coach on the road, Shaz Diet. Last change does definitely probably help the opposing team. And maybe he is having a little bit of a hard time kind of getting the matchup he wants and foreseeing that and all that. I don't know. The team itself just doesn't play the same on the road. And again, maybe because they're just slightly better than mediocre. They're just kind of, maybe this is how teams like them play. Like on the road, it's scratching and clawing to 500. At home, you're playing really well. Maybe that's just who they are.
Yeah, if the other team dictates the matchups, then you don't really have a say for that. And if you're not talented enough to handle it, this is what you get.
Yeah.
You're a pretty good home team and a not so good road team, and you end up where you are, kind of in the middle somewhere. Scratching and clawing to try to make the playoffs.
Sure. Eileen, $20 for a stress relief for my favorite fellas.
Appreciate that, Eileen.
Very much, Eileen.
Yeah.
It's been a stressful day.
It has been a stressful day.
It has. We haven't had it. We haven't had in a while. A Smitty pick up all the phone and stand and everything and scream into the screen.
You need one of these.
Yeah, one of these. And the veins come out.
Well, tell you what, they're playing Montreal tomorrow night.
Oh man.
Man.
Stay tuned. You want to tune into that bad boy?
You might get one. You might get one in that game. If the defense plays like this tomorrow night against Montreal, they're gonna lose fucking 13-2, 13-3,
13-2.
Yeah, it's not gonna go well.
Ole.
How many goals is Cole Caulfield gonna score a short side high on Jeremy Swayman?
Oh my God! You know what's gonna happen? Montreal hasn't been playing that great.
No, they haven't.
Lost a couple. Like they haven't been playing that great, and they've been kind of ripe for the picking. You know what's gonna happen? is tomorrow night they're just gonna be ready for fucking bear, and it's gonna be like 2-0 right away.
Yeah, I was gonna say what's gonna happen is you're gonna take probably a penalty early in the first. And they're going to score a power play goal, and then you're going to be chasing the game the rest of the night. They'll get another one, a cheap one probably in the first. It'll be 2-0. Second period, long change, 3-0. Then you're fucking down and out. Swayman gives up. Then it's 4. Then it's 5.
Yeah.
Chip, knock one in, 5-1. You go into the third. Montreal singing. Fans are singing. Yeah. Everybody's happy. Yeah. And you lose fucking 7-2. That's what's going to happen.
I mean, Montreal right now with 82 points. They've played 66 games. Bruins have played 67 games, 81 points. Bruins have 2 more regulation wins, so they do have that going for them. But one team to keep an eye on are the Ottawa Senators. They're only 4 points behind, and they actually have one of the only teams that you're fighting against that has more regulation wins. They have 1 more regulation win. So Ottawa's still lurking there. Jerry Jingle, 3 ups. Kids line re-energizing Pasta, Lohrei playing like a gangster. Korpi keeping them in it through OT. 3 down, letting the Devils waltz into the slot or have a breakaway in all 3 goals. Yeah. Chris J. Geekie is a slower, worse puck handler version of Ryan Donato. Yeah. It's Frank Vetrano. Pejman, would you waive him and hope somebody claims him? You can ask that about 8 passengers on this team. Yeah. You might be able to waive the whole fucking team.
Yeah.
Quanchi, I have 0 confidence in this team's ability to lock it up and way more confidence than I should in them coming back in games.
Yeah, that's a valid point because they do tend to. So the problem with the comeback part is they come back, they make it close, and then they still lose. Like that's what they would. Yeah, they can't quite get over the hump. Like that's what they were doing earlier in the season. Like because last year they got down 2-0, 3-0. You're like, okay, they're gonna lose this game 6-7-1. But this year they're fighting their way back in. 2-0 or 3-0 turns into 3-2, 4-3, and then they lose. They might even tie it in the third, get it back to 3-3, and then they'll lose 4-3 in regulation.
Particularly on the road.
Yeah, so they can't get kind of over the hump. So the comeback part is good. They play hard, they try hard, all that's great, but they're not getting the results they need.
No.
And then they're still finding ways to lose on the road, which you don't really like to see.
No.
But locking it up, I mean, Jesus, no. They don't lock anything up.
No, they don't. Negotiations underway to extend Steve's extension. Hearing 11 more years at $2 million per. Jerry Jingles, source AI. Bees actually had an 8-season playoff drought, 60 to 67.
Yeah.
Okay, what the guess was. Before Orr, they weren't very good.
Yeah.
So, and Orr was 66, 67. Yeah.
Yeah, 66-67 his first year.
His first season. So, yes, so that makes perfect sense. So that's, After that drought, the Bruins made the playoffs 29 straight seasons, which is still the longest playoff appearance streak in NHL history. Okay.
Yeah. Since 1967, never missed 3 in a row. So there you go.
There you go.
So if they miss this year, Sweeney should be shit canned.
So they missed this year. That's 60 years. 60 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Shit canned.
Yeah. Missed 3 years in a row. He's gone.
Should be. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Bruins 1970, a point in the row with our backup goalie. Three out of 4 points thus far on the trip ain't so bad. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's true. But you have some teams breathing on you. This game is huge tomorrow. I mean, let's be honest.
To a certain extent, though, like you can say 3 out of 4 isn't bad, but you had a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, you did.
So 3 out of 4 is okay, but you should have had 4. So I don't know if I really want to let them off the hook for that thing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like they should have had 4. They should have won this game. New Jersey Devils going into this game at 68 points.
Yeah.
You know, they were a bottom team in the league. And you had a 2-0 lead. Like you should win that game.
Uh-huh.
So I don't want to let them off the hook. I don't want to say 3 out of 4 is good enough because it's not good enough. They needed to win this game tonight, and they didn't.
Dan Maynard had a question. I haven't been watching NHL long enough to have been around for Pasta's debut in NHL. Was there hype over him joining the team? Yes, there was. A first-round pick. They were 1 year removed from going to the Stanley Cup Finals against the Blackhawks. Just picked in 2014. Played some AHL minutes with Providence, but there was hype for him. And I remember when they drafted him later in the first round, because you never know with later first-round picks. But then there was like development camp and training camp where he was like, people were like, whoa, this guy's pretty talented. And then it started to go from there. So maybe not when drafted, people were like, he was a later round pick, and you kind of hope so. And just heard some good things about him. But then when he came to the Bruins and started to play, training camp and so forth, he quickly, like, the hype started. Connor, go ahead.
When Pastrnak was drafted, he actually slipped and fell quite significantly in that draft year. I believe for 2 reasons. One, he had a minor injury, and then 2, there was some significant talk about his lack of defensive play, and he was still pretty undersized at the time of the draft, and that's why a lot of teams kind of stayed away from him. And the Bruins pounced on him, and they put him with Marchand and Bergeron, who played well defensively, and then obviously, they turned into the perfection line and went on a stretch where I think it was 30 games where they didn't give up a goal 5-on-5 as a line, something of that nature. So, I mean, to each their own on what people say about your draft year and in your profile, but that was the go about town.
Yeah. And Victoria, to answer your question, yes, this would be the second year missed, but we're saying if they miss this year, they can't miss the next year.
No,
because I just don't think they can. So you're going to see. That's why I think it's really important. Well, it's not important because I want them to make the playoffs, but it changes things if they don't make it, other than if they do make it. I think it's that simple.
There should be a bigger sense of urgency
this
offseason if they miss.
Yes.
So you might see some more drastic changes if they miss rather than if they make it. If they make it, it will maybe be more like supplemental kind of things. And I still don't think that's the way to go, but I think that's what'll happen because they have basically the whole team signed. So I think it'll essentially be them running it back with some minor changes. But if they miss, I think you could see some more drastic changes to the roster.
Yes, and I think I will tweet out to them all fucking off season long that it's been 60 years since they missed the playoffs 3 years in a row. I will do it every fucking day to make sure that their urgency is up and that people realize what's going on.
We should do that.
That's a big deal.
You should do that. There's a guy out there who tweets about the Maple Leafs. You've seen this?
No.
It's been 21,456 since the Maple Leafs have won the Stanley Cup. And he tweets every single day. Yeah. Every single day he does it. And I think you should do that 100%. It's been 6 years. The Bruins have missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Let's ruffle these goddamn feathers.
Let some people know.
All right. So 3 up, 3 down. You can do the downs if you like.
Sure, I'll do the downs. Yeah. Get down on it. Number 3 down, we'll go with Jonathan Aspero. I think the pair as a whole didn't have a great night. He certainly didn't have a great night. He was -1. Took a penalty. Only played 16 and change. So I don't think they thought he had a great night either.
Okay.
Number 2, we'll go with Casey Middlestat. That line as a whole wasn't great, but he was -2. No points, no shots attempted, 1 hit, and a giveaway in 15-24. So not great from him. I didn't think that line as a whole was great. And then number 1 down, Charlie McAvoy, even though he had the assist, he was -2. He did have 2 shots missed, 3 block shots, did take a penalty, but he did have 3 giveaways in 20 minutes and 55 seconds. So McAvoy didn't have it tonight, clearly, and they need more from him going forward.
Clearly, he did not give him what they need. He needs to be really good for them to be for them to win.
Yes.
Like when he's not good, it's really they're so fragile back there.
Yeah,
they really need him to be good all the time.
He had a few good games and heard people saying, oh my God, is he showing he's captain material? And now is just shitting himself.
Yeah, I mean, he had more than a few good games, but yeah, generally your point is true. Like he had some good games and he was kind of feeling himself and feeling the swagger. And then I think he got away from his game because he was feeling himself and feeling swagger and hearing the people talking about him being captain and, Sturm mentioned him getting his swagger back and all this stuff. And I think once he gets a little bit too over his skis about, offensive, defenseman, his game goes to shit. And it has the last couple of games. The last couple of games, he hasn't been very good as a whole,
No.
Still putting up a point here and there. I think he has points in 15 of his last 16 still. So, he was good for a stretch, but then now it's starting to slip again and he needs to kind of rein it back in.
That's very true. To answer your question, Rogazi, they missed 2014, 15, 15, 16, but they didn't miss in 16, 17, lost to Ottawa in the first round. So that was 2 in a row. So 3 would be the one that they haven't done in 60 years.
Yes.
Ups, number 3. So fresh and so clean.
Clean.
He was a +2 in this hockey game and played pretty well up in that. I mean, keep him up there, baby. Keep him up there. Especially in the first period, they were really good. Number 2, Mason Lohrei. Playing really well.
Sure is.
Been probably, you know what, dare I say, been their best defenseman in the last. Certainly tonight, he was.
I'd say the last. Yeah, I would say the last probably 3-4 games. Probably been the. Yeah.
Give me a hell yeah!
If not the best, one of the top 2 or 3. Sure.
And then one Pastrnak, 2 goals, 26 on the year. I believe he has 81 points now.
Yes.
So was there 18?
No.
17 games left? The 17 or 18?
Yeah, 17, I think, after tonight.
Okay, so if you can get 19 and 17, you have another 100-point season. I think that's 4 in a row. If you can get to that, which he, right now he seems to be getting into that rhythm again.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he can get in there. Bruins 1970 does say not fair to expect Hagens to be somewhat of a savior and get us in the playoffs.
No.
I don't think. I mean, that wouldn't be the point for me. The point for me would be to have him play first line minutes and see if he can see what you have in him. I mean, I think this is a time right here, a little bonus time where you can see what you have in him going into next year. Would love Bertuzzi, Rogazi. Would love it. Looking ahead, March 17th, St. Patty's Day. No better place to have it than at Montreal. Le Habitants. What do you have in that one?
7-2. Just how I described it a little
Montreal
bit.
Canadiens. Yes. Colorado's getting dusted by Pittsburgh at home, 6-2.
You don't have to. You're not going to have to wear the green face paint.
No green face paint. I'll just put on my Kiss My I'm Irish shirt and just fucking, whatever. I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm doing it. Fucking 3-2 in overtime, Boston. Give me a hell yeah! Just one of those games where you don't think they're gonna win. You think you're kind of down on them, like we are tonight.
Yeah.
And this is the game this is the game right here that you just like, they're not going to win, whatever. And they pull out this 3 ups and downs, fucking penalties, fucking getting hosed, all of it. And this, in overtime, fucking somebody scores and they win in overtime in Montreal.
So you want the green face paint. You want that.
You know what? I there's a little part of me. There's a little part of me that because we don't think they're gonna make it and stuff, there's a little part of me that has a little underdog in me still. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of, fuck you, we're gonna make it. You know what I mean?
Want them to make it. I do.
At this point, I said this before. I want them to make it. Because there's really no adverse effect to making it.
No,
right now. Because you're not going to fall deep enough to get this, whatever, top 10 pick or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have a first rounder. Fine. So just go get the playoffs. Just go get it. What I don't want to have happen is then get false hope and then, thinking they can ride this fucking group again next year. I don't want that thing.
No.
But if they can think about it rationally, then you know what? And you know why? You know why I have this feeling? Because it's fucking Montreal. And I want them to win in Montreal all the fucking time. I just feel it in my loins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I want them to win. And I just think it's gonna be a typical in Montreal game, is what I think. Because they struggle on the road, and that's one of the toughest road buildings in the league. When that place gets rocking and you're doing dumb shit, like I can see it in my mind.
Place is gonna be
even starts
fucking bananas tomorrow.
You know what? Because they're playing in Montreal and because it's a fucking huge game.
It is a huge game.
A huge game. I mean, you leap over them tomorrow with a win. You leap over them tomorrow.
Do you think they were looking ahead?
What's that?
Do you think they were looking ahead
to Montreal?
Yeah. Do you think they were looking past Jersey, especially after they got up 2-0? Do you think they were looking ahead?
Maybe. We
got this one sewn up. Like, and that's dumb as fuck for this team. But I wonder if they were.
It's a big game. I'll be hugely disappointed if the Bruins come out like a bag of dicks. I'll be really disappointed in the team if they come out kind of flat or kind of all over the place or nervous. I'll be impressed if they come out determined. They come out playing the right way, assertive.
It's also the second night of a back-to-back.
Yeah. But you know what, baby? It's time to fucking.
Yeah, I mean, it's time to nut up. I get all that. I think you're asking an awful lot of a team that's not very talented. That's what I think.
Yes, I am. Hence the whole underdog thing. Yes,
Yeah.
But I just think that I'll even go another step. It's like 2-0 Montreal, and the Bruins fucking climb back and steal one in overtime. Yeah.
Now I think maybe you've been borrowing Connor's fucking bong. You've been hitting the fucking hash pipe a little bit too much.
Thing is strong.
Maddie's like writing Bruins fucking smut over here.
He is. Yeah. He's writing fucking Bruins fan fiction right now.
Yeah. This is fucking Bruins Benders horny podcast right now. We're horny for some fucking Bruins Montreal.
Optimistic Maddie is back, and he's going to be fucking green tomorrow night after a 3-2 overtime victory. Who scores the winner? Mr. fucking Nostradamus over here.
Overtime?
That's what you said, right? 3-2 overtime. Yeah. Who scores the winner?
Mason Lohrei.
Mace. A little toe drag from the top of the left wing circle.
And a little fucking Andrew Ferentz finger in the air.
Oh God. Yeah. That would send my table fucking
Victoria just said, "Oh boy, Eileen, come get your man." Had a very positive weekend.
Yeah.
Maddie's feeling light loose today.
He is. He's fucking riding fast and hot today.
I am. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to wish it into existence.
Yeah, it feels that way to me.
I love Montreal. Like, I love winning in Montreal. Hasn't happened a ton in our lives.
No.
I love it. And I love an overtime win in Montreal. I just love it. I love it. I want to see that thing. You can lose the rest of the fucking games. Whatever. I want to see this thing. Hang our hat on this fucking thing tomorrow night.
I'll tell you what. If they do end up doing that thing, the whole come from behind road win on the road in Montreal, that could be a fucking thing that propels them the rest of the way. I'll tell you that. That's for damn sure.
You
win that game and you win in that way on the road. That's the kind of win that could propel you forward for the rest of the season.
But I would be scared shitless of Thursday against Winnipeg at home.
Yeah, I mean,
because that's Trap City. Because you have Detroit, another big one Saturday night in Detroit.
Winnipeg, it shouldn't be a trap because Winnipeg kicks the ever-loving shit out of you every time you play them.
Kick your ass.
They do.
Kick your ass. Yeah. So I think, look, let's do it. Actually, you're right. 3-2 in overtime would make it a tie because they would give Montreal a point there. But yes, you tie Montreal.
Just change it. Just call it 3-2 in regulation.
3-2 with like a fucking minute left.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Like late in
the third.
Complete the comeback.
Hell yeah.
Judge Surratt has a fucking aneurysm.
Judd Surratt has a stroke.
Yes.
Judd Surratt strokes out in the third period. And we get a new play-by-play man for the final 15 of the season.
All over his bald head.
Here it comes.
Do you think we'll ever get a game that's so intense and so stressful that it breaks Judd and turns him into like a Jack Edwards? There's ever a game that he just explodes and goes on this crazy.
He might.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't grow up here though.
He didn't.
So that's part of missing. He's
hard
like, Jack was like a Bruins fan from when he was little.
Oh yeah,
wasn't a Bruins fan before this. So you're not going to get that Montreal hatred to come out like where he's going to call somebody fat or make fun of the other team. He'll call the game and he'll be excited about it, but you won't ever get that piece of it where it's
like
you
as a fan of the team. Jack's homerness was just.
Oh, it was fantastic.
It was great.
Oh, it was. And everybody hated on it. And it was great because he was one of us. He wanted the Bruins to win and he wanted the other team to lose. It was great. That's the way it should be for the home.
That's what it should be. There should be a little bit of homer in it.
Absolutely.
It should be.
And he and Jack he and Brick had fun. I don't think Brick has any fun with Judd. Right now.
No.
I don't think that. Brick had pretty good chemistry with Jack and knew Jack was kind of crazy and it was endearing though. He kind of enjoyed that. And he doesn't know Judd. Like Judd came in, auditioned for the job, and got the job. Like he doesn't know him from a hole in the wall.
No,
so
I'll tell you what. If Brickley retires and it's Judd and Raycroft, talk about melatonin. He'd be fucking half asleep second period.
Yeah,
that's not going to be any good. I think Brick's getting close to being done. 61 years old.
Yeah, if I was him, I would probably.
And I think that's why Raycroft's been in the third man a few times, like sizing that thing up. I think you're going to get the Brickley farewell tour next year. I'm calling it.
Okay. You're fucking busy.
I am Nostradamus today. I got a lot of shit going on.
You got all the fucking
look at him fucking posing over here with the hand on his hip and shit. He's fucking
minty, so fresh and so clean.
Yeah. He's
I
ready.
gotta take a sip out of my hydro flask. Before that, we're gonna thank everybody for coming today. Tomorrow night in Montreal, 7 p.m. Get ready for a Bruins win. A stunner is coming up tomorrow night. Stone cold stunner. Until then, as always, go Boston Bruins.
Thanks a lot.